Hi, I'm Natalie Woodman and I'm the Clinical Specialist FES Neurophysio at Neuralink Physiotherapy. And today I'm here to talk to you about the L300GO system. So this system is a game changer, I think, for walking rehab for clients who've had strokes, head injuries, Parkinson's disease, cerebral palsy, transverse myelitis, and incomplete spinal cord injuries. So you're probably wondering, well, how does this work? This system has the control unit, the RF stim unit, and all built into one. Previously, this was the stim unit, so it told the leg what to do and when, but it was controlled by this control unit, which meant that you had to use this in order to turn the system on. And we needed the foot switch because the foot switch told us when the leg was in the air and when it wasn't. So that influenced when the stim came on and when it didn't. But the new system has everything in one, which means we no longer need a foot switch because we now have a 3D gyroscope in the cuff. And the 3D gyroscope, what that does is it helps the leg, it defines and it tracks where the lower leg is. So it knows whether you are taking a step forward, whether you're taking a step to the side, whether you're crossing your body, whether you're stepping backwards, which means this is going to be a game changer if you're wanting to do things like going dancing or walking on the beach or, walking in water. As long as you don't get the cuff wet, these are all things that now become a possibility. Walking bare feet, wearing sandals, wearing little pumps for women, or in winter, being able to wear boots that won't be influencing the use of a foot switch. So, that makes things so much more different. And we've had so many clients move across from the legacy system to this system because it has just made life that much easier. It's just one thing. The great thing is that if you have an iPhone, then there's a nice app that you could be using, and you can then have control, a little bit more control than just using the cuff, but you don't need to if you don't want to, of being able to raise and lower the stim, move between training mode, which is where you get to strengthen the muscles in a seated position, and walk mode, where you get to use that when you're up and about and walking. So this cuff is also a lot lighter than this one, which I think, when it comes to walking rehab, all these little things help, and they cumulatively they make a difference. So there's also, this was the previous L300GO pediatric version, but now we have a smaller version of the L300GO, and this is now called the L100GO. So this is now the L100GO and this is the L300GO. So the only thing that we need to be aware of is that there's a slight difference in the size of the RF stim unit. So from the side, you'll see it's only slightly bigger. So many clients have reported that doesn't have a massive impact on their clothing, but it is just something to be aware of if you are worried about aesthetics. But in terms of what the whole system provides, I think that's a really small part of what to focus on, because this system now gives you so much more control. We also have a new electrode that previously wasn't available with that one, which now gives us control of how much we lift your foot by and how much we allow your foot to turn out by. Previously, everything was done off 2 electrodes. So you can see in this cuff, there's only 2 studs here. Whereas in the new L300GO one, we now have, I'm just going to pull these off and show you. We now have 4 studs, which means that we can now use this new electrode called the steering electrode. And this gives us the control of how much we lift your foot up by and how much we turn your foot up by. So, if your problem with is more that you lack the control of being able to move your foot out, then we can influence that much more effectively with less stim, overall stim, by using the steering electrode. If your problem is that you have a foot drop, but you can turn your foot out, then we can bias the stimulation more towards helping you being able to lift your foot up. And I love FES because I actually see FES as your physiotherapy. So the great thing about this system is it's going to be delivering electrical stimulation whilst you're walking with every step that you take throughout the day, which means that this is giving that muscle that is weak an opportunity to be strengthened throughout the day. Yes, in the beginning your muscles might get tired quicker, but what happens over time is that the more we use it, the more we build up endurance in those muscles, so that your body then and your lower leg then has the ability to walk further and further over time the longer you use it. It also reduces the effort required with walking, and that's what we want with so many clients who have multiple sclerosis, stroke or head injury. And the wonderful thing about this is that using the training mode, we can help to control spasticity in the lower leg as well, especially when the calf muscles are really tight, because very often that can influence how much you can lift your leg by as well, your foot up by as well. So all of these things have a cumulative effect, and this is why I love working with FES so much. So I just wanted to share this with you, and feel free to get in touch with us if you'd like to know more about FES or to arrange an assessment. Thank you for watching.